always search. But let's go back to searcher intent. I brought it up a few moments ago, but it really is all about searcher intent, right? Every time you go to Google or any of the search engines or ask this kind of thing of your spoken devices, your Alexas and your Siris and so on, there's always a reason why you're searching for something, right? Every single Google search you do, you're searching with intent, whether it's how to spell something or finding information, knowing when your favorite pizza, place is closing or opening, whatever it may be. We are always searching with intent. We have a reason that we're there. And generally, we tend to make decisions based on either gaining pleasure or removing pain, right? So either we want something that's good for us, or we want to find something to kind of take away our pain. And that pain doesn't necessarily mean physical pain. Maybe your pain is you're not getting enough leads on your website. Maybe your pain is you're spending too much money on paid ads. That could be pain. So think about those things and remember that we tend to do and make decisions more often to gain pleasure or remove pain than for really any other reason. And as a business owner, it's not enough to just tell visitors who you are and why you're so good at what you do. Instead, it's way more important to understand the needs, the wants, and the desires of your best customer, and then make sure that you provide them with the information that they need that makes them realize that you get them, you understand them, that it's not your first time at the rodeo, right? You know exactly what they're going through. You've helped others, deal with the situation, the problem, and it's another day at the office for you. While they may feel like, wow, this is just driving them crazy, you're there to help them, to make them understand that you got it, and you're going to make it easy for them to get that pleasure they're looking for or remove that pain. You just understand what they're dealing with, and you've got the solution that works best for them. In addition, you want to apply intent to your keyword research, right? Don't just select words because of their search volume. In fact, that can often be a big mistake. If you were selling, I use the example of digital cameras, right? Maybe you decide to open up a local store and you're selling digital cameras as your primary thing. Well, you're never going to beat out the Amazons and the Walmarts and the Best Buys and the B&H Photos. I mean, hell, if you do a search for digital camera on Google, I'll go ahead and do it, you're not even going to find a digital camera on there. I mean, nothing. If I type in, and by not a digital camera, you're not going to find the manufacturer website. There's Best Buy, there's Amazon, there's YouTube video, here's PC Magazine, Digital Camera World, RTings for like ratings, YouTube again, Target. Right? But you don't, B&H, Walmart, but you don't see, this is shopping. You don't see Canon, you don't see Minolta, you don't see Sony, you don't see Nikon at the top, their websites. Some of the shopping stuff's here, yeah, but their websites aren't ranking. So what makes you think that you're going to rank for digital cameras? Sure, it is the most often searched for term in that space, but it's not really going to do a whole lot of value for you because if you're never going to get found, why spend the effort, the time, the energy trying to rank for things that you're not really going to rank for? You must consider the intent of the searcher, right? Figure out their problem, figure out the issue that they have, and then look at the words that they use to help them solve the problem. Because while there might not be as much search volume, right, as many people typing that in, the people that are typing it in are more likely in the buy mode. They're more ready to make something happen. And it's super important to keep an eye on that for your keyword research. And here's an example, right? Let's say somebody searched for 2007 Ford Mustang. Well, what's their possible intent? What do they really want or need when you see that phrase, right? Do they want to buy one of those things? Do they want to sell a Ford Mustang? Do they want to find parts for their 2007 Ford Mustang? Do they want to know where they can go race them? Just that one phrase alone doesn't really understand or really let you know specifically what their intent is. So you have to sort of, in this case, you might want to create content for each of those potential intents. So someone that's looking to sell one can find you're selling a 2007 Ford Mustang. Someone looking for parts, hey, you need to find parts for your 2007 Ford Mustang. So it's great to create content for each of these potential intents. Of course, they're going to have to be things that you actually offer, right? If you don't let people race their car near you, maybe you don't provide them, or maybe provide options where they can. But if you're not sure, and even if you think you are sure, just go and search for the phrase and see what Google returns, right? Because basically, Google's already determined what the perceived intent of the searcher is by what they show and what various websites they show. So if you see a keyword phrase that you think you want to target, search that phrase in Google. And if you see sites that come up that are maybe your local competitors, or, there's sites that are not multi-billion dollar companies like Amazon and Apple and so on, well, then you may have a better shot. Or if you type something into Google and Google, let's say, spits back out, I don't know, medical information, maybe you're looking about something about a supplement, an ingredient in a supplement, and you're hoping to get ranked for some supplement that you're selling. Well, if all you're getting is WebMD and Wikipedia and other medical stuff, stuff from the National Institute of Health, like in the Google result, well, again, that's Google figuring out that people are looking for information from high-end places, and your small little shop is probably not ever going to get ranked. So it's not going to make a whole lot of sense to maybe go after that, at least not initially. And you also may just need to think about changing the way that you're thinking, right? You've got to look at it from, what are people really wanting from me? What pain are they in? What can I do to help them? And not just about, hey, I'm going to go after the word with the most searches and target those people. Because again, folks that are typically typing in digital camera, for instance, they don't really know what they want. They're not ready to buy. They're just kind of figuring it out. What's a digital camera? Who makes them? What cost do they? What type? They don't know anything about it. But someone that types in, Sony CyberShot 6 megapixel with digital zoom, they know what they want already. They're ready to go. They're way closer to buying a product than researching a product. How do you optimize for intent? Well, the intent of search results are generally either navigational, like someone's looking for White House website, Citibank login, looking for Facebook. It's funny how many times you can see people searching for Facebook in Google, right? I've seen people search for Google in the Google search bar. It's kind of funny to see that. But navigation means they're just trying to find their way to a site. Informational, trying to acquire information, right? Like you see the example in the graphic here, signs of pregnancy, Austin home prices, LCD TV reviews, right? This is more of a researching or an understanding thing. They're looking for information. They're not looking to buy anything. Maybe they're just sort of beginning the hunt for buying of something, but they're trying to learn. They're trying to understand. They're trying to figure out what they need to know before they go ahead and make that transaction. And then you have the actual transactional type searches. You see some examples here of get insurance quotes, buy yard signs online, subscribe to the New York Times. These are transactional words. These are terms that more than likely, if you're ranking for these terms, that you have a good potential to, if somebody finds you, to maybe sell something, to offer some service to somebody, okay? And so think about what kinds of keywords you're going after. If you're going after navigational, informational keywords, understand that people who may find your website might not actually ever buy from you. I'm actually doing some consulting with a client right now who gets great traffic to their website and to their blog posts about they're in the eye business, eyes. And the problem is they're getting thousands of visitors to the site regularly for these sort of generic kind of pieces of content to their blog. None of those people have any desire to go see an eye doctor. That's not what they're looking for, information. And so, and their top 10 pages, not one of them is the homepage. It's these blog posts. And what's going on with them because of this is they're getting thousands and thousands of visitors to the website, but people are just reading, for 30 seconds. They're bounce rate. They're leaving right away. They're not looking at everything. They're not buying anything. They're visiting and they're leaving. They're not staying on the site. And it's taking the overall site's time on site, pages per session, bounce rates are going in the wrong direction. And it's a problem. So, having great content is one thing, but you also want to make sure that content can lead people to a transactional environment. Okay. So start looking at intent research and fulfilling users' needs for the transaction so you can make more money, and write content that's relevant and valuable to that transaction, right? Like you have get insurance quotes. Well, why do you need insurance? Why does car insurance important to have? Why is it important to have gap insurance? These kind of things can lead, if you then you can wrap up with, if you need gap insurance, reach out to us. We can help you make a decision, right? So it's great to have good informational content. Don't get me wrong, but make sure you can, if you're going to go ahead and spend the time writing great content, at least make sure that you can potentially turn them into a transactional client, someone's going to buy something from you, okay? Optimize that content for users, then the search engines, and that just goes to your writing style. Write content that is not AI generated. We're going to talk about AI in a little bit as well. But write content from an experienced user that is long form, that's focused on the user and understands the intent of that user, kind of those previous 4 things we talked about. There's a great article by Judy Ann Sonito on how to optimize content for search intent. It's from thriveagency.com under their news section, and you can just search for how to optimize content for search intent.